Hello, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Today, I am going to be doing CanCon because it's that time. It's review number 80, so 1 in every 10 is going to be Canadian music. So here we go. I'm sorry. Simple Plan! Woohoo! No pads, no helmets, just balls. Irony, because there is no balls to be found on this album. My biggest complaint about this album. I'm actually going to start with just bitching about the album first, okay? I hate the vocals. I absolutely loathe the vocals. The vocals are everything that begins to be wrong about this album. That nasally, whiny, wretched, just fucking sounds like a teen high school band that. No, 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 no. Did I mention these guys are from Montreal? I'm from Montreal. I was born there. These guys came from there. I don't like sharing that fact at the same time. Okay, no, that's me going overboard, honestly. I really don't like the vocals, I'm sorry. They sound whiny and nasally and just not, I sound nasally and I'm bitching about how nasally this sounds, okay? Not my thing. You see how these guys look? You see how that album looks? You see how that looks? Okay? That's how the music sounds. Seen the American Pie movies, especially the first couple? You know that music that was in there that all sounded the same, and it was a bunch of different bands, but it all sounded the same, and you couldn't tell which one was which? They were one of those bands. If this album had been recorded not to sound overly produced, it could have been maybe a little cooler than it was. As it is, there's 5 guys in this band. Okay, just looking at it, 5 guys in this band. Right. I literally just finished listening to the album right before I started this review, so it's totally just fresh in my head. And one of the biggest things that went through my head is 5 guys, and it sounds like Green Day. 3 guys. Really, honestly, that's another thing I gotta say. This is there's one of my favorite jokes about Canada is how far we always are behind with everything in culture, this, that, and the other thing. Simple Plan is literally Green Day like 10 years too late. Okay, that's my way of putting that. All right, so I've ripped on this album, and I'm gonna say that 12 songs on this album, 6, maybe 4 or 5 tops for sure have lasting impressions. Oh, we'll go 6. All right. Now, the album opens up with I Do Anything. Chances are you heard this song. It was in movies all over the place in around 2002, 2003. I do anything just to have you in it. Okay. I really should stop mocking the album. Okay. I don't mind the song. I hate his voice. I'm sorry. I am really sorry. I don't like, and you're not gonna like the voices of every band you listen to. That's just the way that life is. Trust me, I've heard people say that about me when I sing. People don't like my voice. That's okay. I understand that. Sometimes I don't like my voice when I sing, because sometimes I sound like this too. So, anyways, moving on. I Do Anything. A great way to actually start off the album. It's high energy. It really moves. It gets you going. You know, it's got a lot of juice to it. You're up and you're grooving. Okay. I understand why it ended up in a bunch of movies at the time. Wasn't a great time for music. Really kind of weird time for music, especially for rock music. You know, there was a lot of good music that was coming out at that time, but a lot of nothing at the same time. It was, yeah. That from there we go to the worst day ever, which is basically just filler crap. You don't mean anything, which is basically again filler. I think this filler, I found a couple enjoyable parts in it, maybe in the chorus. I don't remember. Uh, that's really, and I just listened to this. Okay, so yeah, that's how little. And it's not like I've listened to it only once. I've put it in the CD player several times. It's been on my playlist for a few weeks now because I always listen to it quite a few times before I do a review, and it's just no. Then we get to I'm Just a Kid. I like I'm Just a Kid. I'm Just a Kid is a little bit different. It stands out a little bit. There's something different about this song. There's something about this song. Every band does that song that tries to capture teenage angst, you know, or tries to capture that vibe, that feeling was like being that teenager growing up. And there's some bands that have done it really good, and I've really, really enjoyed it. I mean, Alice Cooper's 18. I've personally played the song live on stage, sang it I don't know how many times, played it on drums. It's I hate playing the song, I really do, and I really hate going to a concert and hearing Alice do it at this point because I've heard it so many times. But there's a reason why it is such a legendary teenage angst song. I'm Just a Kid is not I'm 18, okay, let's be very clear. But it does capture that aesthetic, that notion, that mentality and behavior very well. And there are parts of it I do very much enjoy that way, and it does really get that whole idea across. And it's the first song on this album where I actually go, oh, okay, here's a good tune. You know, I Do Anything is an okay tune. It's a nice pop catchy song, but it's just that it's kind of, you know, movie soundtrack pop catchy song. And it starts off the album well. I'm Just a Kid is the first song that I actually really pay attention to. Then we get to When I'm With You, which, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Meet You There, I really dig. And Meet You There, I really dig because I dig the drumming on this one. This one's got some actual cool drumming. It's not anything major, it's not anything out there, but it's something different, especially for a lot of the music at the time that was coming out. And I really like what they do with it, and I really like the way it's played. And musically, the band isn't bad. If you like Green Day, if you like that modern punk kind of vibe. Uh, and Meet You There kind of is cool that way. That is followed by Addicted. Addicted, when this song actually came out, I fell in love with it right away. I love just for the one line, as cheesy, as bad, as campy as it is, I'm a dick, I'm addicted to you. I just, it's such a great way to deliver that line. It's, just for that line alone, I really love this song. The whole way around, it's a fun song. It's got this great kind of fun swing beat to it. It's the whole way around. It really just honestly, it's an enjoyable song, and it's the one song where the vocals honestly don't bug me because I find the vocals kind of work with this song a little bit. That being said, it turns into a bit of a wasteland from here on. We get to My Alien, which I'm sure there's going to be a few people out there that are going to dig My Alien, and it's going to be one of those songs that you definitely are going to get one or two people they're going to be like, oh no, that's a great gem from that album, or it's a great cut from that album. And I can see that because it is an interesting, fun song. It doesn't appeal to me. God Must Hate Me, whatever. You know, I've heard a lot of songs about being downtrodden or miserable, or, you know, having a rain cloud over your head or whatever. God, it must hate me, blah, blah, blah. No, this one does not reflect that. I won't be there. Nah, whatever. One day, it was okay, but, you know, whatever. And then the album finishes with Perfect. If you're one of my regular viewers, you've heard this line a million times. How an album finishes matters. Perfect normally would be a song that I would kind of complain about because it's kind of a little ballad-y. It's not power ballad. Thank God it's not power ballad. It has the potential to go power ballad, you know, like, honestly, one of the glam bands from the 80s could take this and turn it into a power ballad, no problem. But if it was in the right hands, I'd be okay with it. Like, Def Leppard could probably do a really good job with this song, and it would sound fantastic and amazing. Simple Plan does a really good job of that. I really like the song as a whole. It's a good, solid tune, and even though it's kind of ballady, and even though it's got that kind of vibe to it, when it comes to this album, if lyrically it finishes out this album perfectly. None of the lyrics in this song, except for "I'm a dick, I'm addicted to you," stick in my head. You know, I hate to say that they don't, but Perfect, when I'm listening to it and I'm honestly paying attention to what he's saying, and I'm listening to the words and whatnot. It's a good song. It is a really, really solid song, and it closes out this album perfectly. It closes out this album better than any other song on this album could close out this album. Realistically, okay, so my views is, if I were the one making the judgment call on this album, I Do Anything would still be there, followed by I'm Just a Kid, Meet You There, Addicted, and Perfect, for sure. I would leave My Alien because, like I said, I could see some people that would definitely dig My Alien. The rest of it, it's filler to me. It really is. I don't find anything really overly great about them. There's a couple key elements in certain songs where I'll hear a certain piece and I'll go, ooh, that's a cool little part. And it'll be like, that's the part you guys should have focused on. That's the part you guys should have worked with. And they don't do that, you know. The whole way around, it's an album from its time. I did not buy this album, okay? This came out of my girlfriend Tracy's collection. And this is the woman who listens to all the power metal that tends to show up that I'll be reviewing. And this was an album more from her high school time period, not my high school. I was out of high school by the time this crap came out. You know, this was college, starting a family for the first time years for me. This was her, you know, doing her high school, going into college, university years. That's it, yeah. Really. So that's my views on this album. You know the routine. Leave me a comment, subscribe, just so you can get notifications when the next video comes out. Otherwise, peace, love, and take care.